I remember those days when I was editing videos and doing my editing journey and so on. At one point I got stuck at my growing income and so on. Like my income is like going up, but I'm not satisfied with it. I'm gonna be totally honest, I'm just making $100 per month. And probably you will say, oh, why the fuck are you recording the videos? Go and edit videos. Like, yeah, I understand you, my guy, but I'm teaching you stuff. I'm gaining also knowledge from these types of videos and so on. And so we are just learning it together, let's just say. But in today's video, I'm gonna actually show and actually learn also at the same time. So I'm gonna actually explain the theory of constraint. What theory on constraint is basically, you have this circle, right? That's you basically, right? And for example, let's just change the color to red. And there's like little debris, for example. And for example, this is you, right? And your editing journey. And as you grow, you get bigger and bigger. And as you grow, right, your editing journey and so on, you will grow. And for example, you hit the debris, right? And when you hit the debris, you cannot actually grow as your editing journey and in your income skill and so on. And then you need to actually understand, why do you hit the debris? And so there's basically 7 things that you could do. And these things are, for example, first is editing ability, which is the most important. Then branding. Then there's like portfolio, I think was, yeah, this portfolio. Then previous clients, PC. What was the 5th? I think it was like communication, would you say? And there's like 2 extra things that are really to the communication, but it's also like to this in general. Those would be like energy and time. They are like the currencies in modern day, and also the money is like currency in the modern day. So yeah, and for example, you hit this debris, right? And there's one thing that is stopping you to grow, like these things mostly, like 99% case. And so the hardest thing is to actually identify which of these constraints, right, is stopping you to grow. For example, it could be your branding, for example, right? And for example, it's your branding. And when you remove this constraint, right, you solve your branding and you improve your branding in general. It was, for example, 5 out of 100, right? And you improve to, for example, I don't know, like 60 of the 100, for example. And for example, your editing level ability, right, is, let's say you're a good editor, like you have 80 out of 100, right? And if you would, for example, upgrade your editing ability, because actually that's not the constraint that is holding you back. And so when you, for example, do the branding, right, you can actually grow further, right? And for example, you grow, and then you hit another debris, which is your constraint. And for example, let's see, what can we do about it? Maybe your communication skills are not so good. For example, I'm reading How to Win and Influence People, right? This book, right? I'm just gonna focus. Yeah, I think it's focused. For example, your communication skills are like not that well good. So let's say they are like 10. And for example, you improve to, for example, let's say 30 or so at least, right? And you remove this debris, right? Your constraint, and you can continue grow, because for example, these are all points, right, is not your actual constraint, that you have like good level. And this is basically like infinite game until you like hit another debris, hit another constraint and so on. So yeah, that's basically the theory of constraint as a editor, how to actually grow as a editor. And if I have to ask myself what is my constraint right now, I would say it is either my previous clients or editing ability. If I would say my editing ability right now is from 1 to 100, it's probably like about 55, let's say, honestly. And so my editing ability, for example, is 55 out of 100, right? And so, for example, my branding quite improved, to be honest, but I still need to activate my Twitter account and so on. So I would say my branding is like about 40. Like, I'm gonna be honest right now, right? My portfolio, well, I had to I have to list portfolio. So I'd say it's like solid 70 out of 100. Maybe I can improve the design or the hooks or the text and the overall experience in it, but I actually have the website and it's already like a big W for me, because a lot of video editors doesn't have like links even, or they have like Google Drive links which are just so annoying to click and to see and preview the videos, which is kind of annoying. For example, my communication skills are quite improving because I'm reading the book How to Win and Influence People, right? This book I've already showed you like twice in this video, but you have to read this book. Like, remember, this book is the best for to improve your communication, so on. And for example, my communication is, I know how to communicate, maybe like, I'm gonna say 50 out of 100, right? I have to learn a lot of things, but I'm pretty good at it. And for example, energy means how much energy you're spending to your client, how much energy you're spending on your workflow and so on. So it's really big. Constraint into constraint, basically, like energy is like, what is your workflow? Maybe you need to do this thing, like maybe you export your video over the night or something like that. Maybe you switch the software from Premiere Pro to DaVinci Resolve and so on, so you actually save time while you're rendering the video and so on. And it will be more like a time topic, not energy, but it's also like really similar to this type of thing. And for example, my energy is like, I would say I'm kind of wasteful with the energy. I would say 30 out of 100. And I also kind of waste time a lot to my client currently. And so I'd say like 25 out of 100, let's say. And as you can see, if we like get the average of it, for example, I'm gonna count it right now. So after counting everything together, my average score is about 38.6. So it's really kind of low. It's out of 100 points. So I'm basically a shit video editor, let's just say. But honestly, if I think what is my biggest constraint is I am not actually talking to clients, outreaching to clients, actually not making trial videos and sample videos to them. So I think that is my biggest constraint, that I'm gonna take action, like I want to say tomorrow, but I have a plan. I have to make the client's project, like the last big project for my clients, so on. So I'm gonna actually do it at 1st September, like starting from September. So I have my new chapter, I have school, I have this and this and this. So it's gonna be like new chapter, and this is like a whole separate video to make to you to understand what is gonna be the future of this channel and so on. And as already mentioned, that the hardest thing is to actually identify the constraint that is holding you back, and you cannot actually grow your income and so on, actually get the big money cash thing. So the only answer I can give you is actually have a mentorship. Like, I'm not the best mentor currently because I have to go my own path right now, so I can gain more experience and so on. But you need to find a mentor who's went this path, like when he was in your level and so on. If you understand what is your problem currently, and maybe it's your portfolio, man, you maybe make a new website to your portfolio or something like that. And so he will actually recommend what you need to do, and so you can actually grow as a creator and boost your income. And so yeah, if you gain any value from this video, if you get any value from this video, then make sure to subscribe, because by the end of this year, I want to help 1,000 people to level up their video editing game. And thank you for watching this video, and see you later. Peace.